All right, guys, I'm going to get started. There's a handful of people popping on, so we have a good group right now. It's 8:32, so let's get started. So, guys, welcome to our Team Perseverance team call. It is July 17th. It is the first team call after Summit. Hold on one second, guys. After Summit here, and I came back. This has been the best coach summit yet. I literally just threw together a quick PowerPoint in the last 45 minutes to bring to you guys all the news and announcements that are going on. But guys, this is my biggest takeaway from Summit. And as many of you guys know, the biggest surprise that I wasn't able to share, that I was able to speak to the 25 or 30,000 coaches in the Superdome. But I realized, guys, my message I want to say to you guys is this before we get into the call, is that and how can I say this without, I want to try to get it to come across the right way. After I spoke on the call and Sharice and Kristen were next to me, I broke down in tears. I want to tell you guys this because I broke down in tears because of the amount of messages and texts I got after I spoke at Summit. And it's not to share with you because it was about me. I want you guys to realize that what I realized is that there is nothing else out there in this world that can have such an impact on somebody's life than this coaching opportunity and the impact that we can make with people's lives that can be changed physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I truly believe it doesn't exist. When you change somebody's life and you impact somebody's life, there is no better feeling in the world. And for me, with all the struggles and all the failures and all the late nights I had by myself from people who told me I couldn't do this, it was impossible, it was stupid, it was dumb, my haters, my critics, I just kept going, and it came back full circle for me after my presentation, my speech was done, because I knew I was doing the right thing, and I knew that this coaching opportunity is in fact like something that there's nothing else out there. And based on the messages I got, it really was overwhelming for me that it broke me down in the chair like I never felt before. And I want to share with you guys, not because it made me break down, but when I realized what the magnitude of what you guys have as coaches, and it is so much bigger than what we most think. It is so much bigger than just the individual because of the impact you guys can have. So I want to let you guys know that coming out of Summit, and how fired up I am to continue to do what we're doing. And for you guys who are starting out, who are brand new, who don't even know which foot to put forward first, don't know how you're going to fail. Guys, when you find your way, when you find your why, you find your way. When you find your why, you find your way. And my why was reaffirmed this weekend after finishing speaking, and it's being reaffirmed each and every day, and seeing what Beachbody's putting out for us, and they have our backs and what's going on. I almost feel that if you are still stalling and you are trying to get the sun, moon, and stars to line up so your perfect post can be there, so you're going to wait till it's convenient, or you're going to wait to everything, you get more support from your spouse, or you don't have people hating on you, or I'm going to go through a little more training before I'm ready to really dive into this business. You're missing the boat, guys. You just need to start. You just need to start. And if all these coaches are on here, that's telling you something. I've been where you are. I still go through the grind. I know what it's like to struggle, but just let you know, we believe in you. I believe in you. Just start. Get out of your way. Get out of your way, guys. My goodness, get out of your way. So, guys, with that, for any new coaches that are on here, most of you guys know who I am. I'm Dave Atkins. I'm the founding coach of Team Perseverance. We've been doing these calls now since summer 2013, every single Monday, haven't stopped. They're all on my YouTube channel. I think we're pushing 150 team calls, and I'm committed to continue to do this for you guys each and every day, and I'm excited what I'm going to share with you guys tonight going forward. So in terms of announcements, I'm just going to go into my PowerPoint. So the only thing I want to do is to just give recognition from other leaders. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys. Kristen popped in on another computer and it was going to boot me off. So the only announcement I'm going to have for you guys is just to hit recognition on the weak leg team volume and get right into the summit announcements. Make sure you have a pen and paper because I'm going to rapid fire this stuff so we're not on here because I'm condensing what we had in hours just so you guys can know what's going on. So first and foremost, guys, our weak leg team volume for July 6th through 12th, our leaders in the 300 Club, Danielle Zito, Lisa Marr, Deidre Pashley, Mike Holman, Mary Palumbo, Sydney Larice, Julia Carrera, Mary Pasilia, Melanie Yoakum, Allison Cross. In the 500 Club, Lindsay Kaufman, Gina Strecco, Kelly Delavecchia, Kristen Atkins, Maureen Garrett, Bob Strecco, Cami Cowart, Michelle Delasala, Devin Wheaton. In the 1,000 Club, Stacy Larice, Jen Holman, Jeff Nolson, Tony Carlucci, Sharice Nolson, Shannon Larice. In the 2,000 Club, Tara Richmond, My Second Business Center. In the 3,000 Club, Kristen Atkins, Shanna Carlucci, Denise Robson, and myself in the 10,000 Club. So, guys, these are our leaders in the weak leg team volume. What is the weak leg team volume? Well, as you guys have been through Coach Basics, you have learned that the leg that your upline pretty much places coaches in, or your power leg, aka your strong leg, that's a leg that you're always going to get help in. But your weak leg is a leg that you need to be sponsoring coaches yourself and helping the volume grow there. And so if you made this leaderboard, it means that you are actively building the business and you are building a team. So I want to give a shout out to all of these coaches that are on here. So guys, without further ado, I want to get right into, let me get this presentation up, and then we're going to get right into Coach Summit here. So let me get this started. Okay, so what? Yes. Kristen has something to say. She's going to unmute. Are you going to come over here and do it? Can you guys see my PowerPoint? The people I can see right now is Sharice, Ray, and Jean Marie. Sharice, can you? All right, good. All right, go ahead, Chris.
Guys, so the pods are up and running, the ones that I originally got going. And just for those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, the pods are small accountability groups of people around the same rank. So it goes by, if you're not an Emerald coach, like a newer coach going for Emerald, people who had Emerald and lost it, or people who are Emerald and then those that are higher, closer to Diamond or Diamond and above. So it's really just a fun place and a fun way to stay accountable to each other. There are pod leaders. Those are the people that I check in with on a daily basis. I am also asking everybody to sign up for Remind 101. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can message me or your pod leader or your upline coach. And every day I'll be sending texts out, which is just an easier way to get in touch with everybody rather than, if you don't sign up on Facebook that day. So you get texts, and they're going to be tips for working the business. It's going to be conversations that you can have within your pod on certain topics. And it's really just to keep you focused on business-oriented tasks and to keep you guys pushing each other. Because I really feel like if you have that accountability and that support, that you're going to be more successful. You do not have to run this business on your own, because I know a lot of times you feel like that. So I put a post up in the coaches page today. Again, some people responded. I'm going to be getting to that tomorrow once I get the kids to camp and I can actually think straight. And I'll be putting together the rest of the pods for the people that did not get in originally. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. But I highly, highly recommend everybody get into a pod, regardless of where you are in the business. If you want to work the business at any level, you should just have that support, because nobody should be doing this alone. So go to the Coaches of Team Perseverance page if you have not already, and if you're not in a pod and want in one, and just put your name and your rank so I know where to place you tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Back to you, Dave.
All right, guys. So getting right into Summit, we're going to get into the recap. Starting here, this was just a great photo we had of everybody from Team Perseverance, and just amazing to see all these people here, because it seemed like yesterday that I was there by myself and I just did not want to stop, and we're growing each time we go to Summit. So I love this photo. Those are Team Perseverance water bottles with our logo that everybody's holding up, that Kristen and I gave as a gift to everybody from our team. So we just had a great time, and I hope all of you guys get there next year, and we're going to get into the details on that. So let's get started. These are the main things, and we're going to dive into each one of them of what's coming after the recap of 2017. We have Daily Sunshine, which is a meal replacement snack shake for kids. We have Clean Week, which is, we're going to get into that because so many coaches have been running free, 7-day eat cleaning groups. So the Beachbody hears us, and they pretty much put together an unbelievable program so that we can use what they're giving us to help build people eventually to become, people in our challenge groups. Double Time is a program that you can do with partners in your family, with your kids. The UK launch is coming officially in October. Team Cup is coming for August. And in 2018, Summit is heading to Indianapolis. So those are the main things. Let's get right into the next slide. So guys, Daily Sunshine is the first thing that I want to just, I just have to move some of the people I'm seeing on my screen because it kind of got screwed up. So bear with me. Okay. So Daily Sunshine is a shake that's going to be for, hold on one second. All right, so guys, Daily Sunshine is a meal replacement shake that's for children, for kids. And what I love about Team Beachbody right now, they really are realizing where our demographic is, on scale when it comes to who is becoming Beachbody customers the most, as in the recent past. And they're finding a lot of families with kids is kind of where the demographic is. So we're really getting a lot of great things for that. So if you look at some of these stats they gave us, 1 of 3 children are obese or overweight. Regular juice, which you guys know is full of sugar, makes up 40% of a children's daily fruit intake. French fries are the most common vegetable that kids eat. And there's 3 times children obesity. It's tripled, that child obesity has tripled in the past 30 years. To your right, kids in the U.S. get 90% of their calories from animal products and processed foods versus plant-based nutrition, which is where we should be getting it from. And by the time a typical youngster finishes grade school, the foundation may already be in place for obesity, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes. So Daily Sunshine at the bottom is pediatrician-approved formula. It's a 3-in-1 smoothie. It's nutritionist developed. It's kid-approved with taste. It's non-GMO, soy-free, dairy-free, gluten-free. Absolutely amazing. So, guys, what I love about Daily Sunshine and some of the other things that we're doing is nobody else is doing this. Like, nobody else is having the complete package, not only the fitness and the support, the programs and the coaches and Shakeology, but now incorporating families for kids, healthy food, meal replacement. I know I tasted it. I was with Kristen and Sharice. We tasted the chocolate. I thought it tasted like milk chocolate, a little like almost chocolate pudding a little bit to me. The strawberry banana was good as well. I don't know, Kristen, you want to say anything, or Sharice, what you guys thought of it? I mean, we're going to get it for our kids and definitely try it out. Kristen, you want to say anything or no? Sharice, Kristen? No,
I mean, it's also a snack. It could be a snack for adults too, they said.
Right, it could be snack for adults.
No, we're definitely going to get it for kids to try it out. I know Sharice, Joan's son, who has Lyme's disease and has a really restricted diet, tasted the chocolate and loved it.
So, Joan, go ahead. What'd you say?
Is Joan on the call?
Yeah, and Sharice unmuted too. So, Sharice, you can chime in.
Yeah, so I ordered it today. I'm definitely going to have Jessa drinking it for her Lyme disease every single day. And I like it too, I think, for a snack for me, just because I have Shakeology twice a day a lot, and I don't really need to have it twice a day the second time when it's a snack. So this will be like a lighter version of that. I know my kids will love the chocolate. I got to play around with the tropical one, to see how that will be for them. But I'm psyched. And I also know that there are a lot of people that have some specific objections to Shakeology because of some of the more unique ingredients. They can't have them for a certain reason. This is much more basic. And I think really for almost anyone, this can work for their diet.
I love it.
So I'm excited about that. And also that it's certified organic, because I get a lot of people that ask me about organic, and this is certified organic, which is incredible, because if anyone knows about getting things certified organic, it's such a difficult certification process. It costs extra money. Like, they invested big time to make this organic. So I'm really psyched about it.
I think it piggybacks on you saying it's very simple as a good snack, because I know the reason they say they couldn't get Shakeology certified is there's so many unique superfoods from around the world, and for them to do it almost is impossible.
Yeah.
And I believe in that, because we all see the integrity of the company, and I truly believe in what Carl is doing and the people on, leading the pack from the front. So,
and if Joan wants to say anything, because her son tried it today, I think.
Joan, are you on here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead.
So I was really excited when I got home to have him try it right away. So I let him try the chocolate, and he's like, yeah, he had these big eyes. So that's like a really cool feeling. He was excited. And it looks like the only thing is there is some cane sugar. It's organic cane sugar, and it's not a lot. So that would be the only thing somebody would say. It's really hard to avoid altogether, but with all these other great things, I don't think it would make a difference. So we're going to go for it. We're going to try it for a month and see how it goes. The banana strawberry, but I definitely might have to put it in the blender, maybe add a half a banana or something. But we'll see.
Okay, good.
We'll
That's good.
Good.
That's good to know. All right, guys, so we're going to move on and go to the next. There's so much information. So here is kind of the price point of where everything is going to be at. Let me see if I can move. What happens is I see you got – I'm stuck on the screen. Okay, I can't see the top slide because everybody's beautiful faces are on top of it. But these are the price points of Daily Sunshine. I think there's a sampler pack. I think that's what the top slide says. And then there's a 24-pack variety box, and then there's the bag right there. So that's the price points on that. So let me go to the next slide. The next one is we're getting into Double Time, the next program that's coming out that, again, is for families. So, guys, that is Double Time. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, there we go. And it's coming November 1st, 8 family-friendly workouts. The Beachbody Ball is an extra purchase, digital program materials, and Double Time. Love it. Love that it's for kids. I love that we could do it with our kids. Like, guys, you do it with your kids. You'll have it on Beachbody On Demand. You share a video. Think about it. You record yourselves with your kids. You get them to do it a little bit. You post a video of what you're doing. That's intriguing. That creates curiosity. That's how this all ties together. And this allows people with the issues we're dealing with, obesity in kids in this country, we're able to, in fact, able to start doing it now. All right, next. Next is Clean Week. So Clean Week is a program. Carl Deichler heard that a lot of coaches run 7-day, crock pot weeks he joked about. I would run a 7-day e-cleaning group for free just to get people started. Like, it's always the start that people get intimidated by. So getting this to start, somebody started for a week for a minuscule price, and they used the super trainer, the winner of the 20s. I don't know if you guys remember, they had that reality TV show to get Beachbody's next super trainer. Not Chris Downing, but they had these top fitness trainers around the country come in and compete, and Megan Davies won that. So this is her program. So guys, the key with that, if you caught at the end, not the key, but just a little nugget, no membership required, because what they have found is that what would happen is people would sign up for Beachbody On Demand, and then what would happen is that people would want them to kind of unenroll coaches so they get the all-access challenge packs, you get the Success Club points. Now with this, there's no membership required, so they're going to get Clean Week access to the week. Then at the end of the week, your goal is to then use that as a segue to invite them to our regular monthly 30-day challenge groups, and then you have them get the challenge pack, and then you'll get the Success Club points. by getting them to get the all-access Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, which, to be honest, at this point, that's probably the only challenge pack I'll be selling going forward. If somebody would want a program-specific challenge pack with just those DVDs, it just makes no sense to me because everybody's streaming right now. So this is great. This is a great way to get people started for, I think, actually the next slide has the price. Let me see if I can get that in here. Come on. Oop. Hold on, guys. I lost where I was. Right here. Let me play it again. So here's Clean Week. It's coming in September. They're going to get the Shakeology Sampler Kit for $29.95 plus shipping and handling. 7 Shakeology samples, meal planner, quick start guide. They're going to get 4 workouts, 7-day meal plan, and the challenge group guides. So it's basically $30 and they're in. And then you do your thing as a coach. We give them the support. We help them. They taste Shakeology. And it's absolutely exactly what so many coaches, including myself, were doing these like one-day, free groups for a week to get them in. And this is really a small cost for them to give it a try. So I absolutely love what I'm seeing in Clean Week. All right, guys, next, Summit 2018.
Michael, if you're going to announce the new Summit location, you got to do it right. It has to be. Carl's the only one short of us to fit in the car. What'd you say, Jeff? What? Guys, I know it seems funny to already be talking about our next city when we just got here to New Orleans. And frankly, if you haven't already fallen in love with the city of New Orleans, in the next few days, you're going to see me say New Orleans just like the locals, because this is a fabulous city. Warm people, great food. You are going to love it here. But I have to tell you, Indianapolis is going to be an equally special city. It's a beautiful city. It's not just the home of the Indy 500. It has a remarkable downtown area. Lucas Oil Field will be our home for Summit. Home of Indianapolis and home of It is absolutely going to be phenomenal. The dates for our summit next year are going to be June 24th through June 24th, or June 21st and June 24th. And it's really going to be outstanding. Now, typically our tickets are $295 for tickets. But now through the 23rd, they are $145, which is $150 savings. The other thing that's great about this year is that these tickets will be transferable all the way up until April of next year and refundable through the end of this December. So, yeah, that is it's great to take advantage of the ticket price. I think price, like you said, only through July 23rd, and we realize it's a year and a half.
All right, so that's the end. I cut the video when I was recording it. So, guys, what I would like to do right now is, before I go to the next slide with the pricing, I would like to see if anybody, I'd love to hear some feedback from maybe 1 or 2 first-timers at this summit, what they thought about Summit, and then maybe one veteran that's that's been in a second Summit. Your biggest takeaways on Summit, about going this year, your thoughts on next year. So who would like to unmute their line and share? Put your hands up, and I'll see who I see. Anybody? I'm looking for first-timers. Was Joan a first-timer?
There was Candace, I think.
Candace? All right, so Candace, I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hey.
I loved everything about it.
Yeah.
I loved it all. I mean, it was wonderful meeting you guys and all the other ladies on the team. But all my experiences with the speakers and, God, there's so many. For me, it was the personal development. It was, how everybody was on that personal development.
Huge. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Huge. It was the thing that kept coming up from everybody's mouth because it's so important. I mean, without it, you're not going anywhere. You really are not going anywhere. And until you really get that in your head and it clicks and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it, then things start to pick up.
What was
every speaker was saying that, when they would stop reading the personal development, then they stopped working, basically. They stopped attracting people. They stopped, selling challenge packs. It just all started kind of going downhill. So that just really stuck with me. And so now I've always read it, but not daily and consistently. So I'm going to certainly make an effort to do that.
What was your biggest takeaway of, realizing why it's so important to get to Summit rather than to kind of not go to Summit? Like, what was your biggest wow, now I know why I need to be here?
It's a force of energy that you can't really explain until you go and experience it. It's almost too hard to put into words. There's so much love. I mean, there's so much, everyone's on all these different teams, but when you're there, it's like one big team. So it was a really beautiful feeling, just knowing that we're all there for the right reasons. And God, I loved it. I just loved it. It's really hard to put it into words. And there were certain speakers, like I really resonated with Amy Silverman and Christina D'Agato. I feel like those are 2 women I would like to follow now and just kind of watch their progress and how they interact with people on social media. And I don't think that you get that experience just going on social media. I think you have to actually go and listen to them speak. And
those are 2 of my favorite girls.
Yeah, they have a bit of an edge to them, and
they tell you how it is. And
they're very real. Yeah,
very, very.
I like them. Yeah,
and that's why they're so successful. To be honest with you.
What about Glenn and Joan? I want to hear you 2 because I know you were first, and you guys went as a couple. So I'm going to unmute you guys. Go ahead.
Okay, you're first.
So I think that Kristen has been talking a lot about the PD and reading. And I think, so before I got there, I've done some of that. And I think in the last 6 months before going, I've been more supportive to Glenn with his situation at work and just things for him. So using the things that I'm learning in my life. So things are just making sense naturally that are coming out of my mouth. It's what I'm living. It's not just what I'm preaching. So I feel like when he came,
I didn't want to go.
Yeah, he didn't really want to go. He was just in it to go to New Orleans and to, be there because I'm there and make sure that I'm okay and, safe and all that. And then
it made a huge difference in my life.
He really started enjoying every session. He's like, let's go. We're going to be late for the next session. Let's go. We got to get there. And just listening to everything they're saying and applying it to life and realizing that I don't have to copy a mold. Like when I'm doing this, I feel like sometimes I do exactly what Kristen does, but for the most part, I'm doing just what I want to do and doing a healthy eating group or doing things differently and listening to the ladies speak. That's what they did when they started this. Social media was new. So they just hit it with all they had with their heart. So yeah, we definitely need some tips because I'm not doing this anymore. You know, look at my shake. I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
And I learned technical things as well as following my heart.
Yeah, and like you learned like with the Shailene training, and it was just
Love the Shailene training.
Yeah, you guys all have to listen to that.
Glenn, what was your biggest? I mean, you went there not wanting to go, and you left almost like a different person, right?
Yes. I mean, I knew nothing about coaching. I was just really going to enjoy the city. And I think from the first meeting that we had with you guys in the team perseverance meeting, just immediately felt so welcomed, so invigorated, so excited to see what was going to happen for the next couple days. And then it just continued to snowball from there. You go to the first meetings at the Superdome, and it was just wow. Seeing people who've inspired me by the work that they've put in to transform themselves. You know, you constantly hear people say, well, you know, hey, I was sitting in that chair and I said, you know, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And that hit home because you need to actually, I think, physically see people in person who've gone through that journey to say, hey, I can do it. It's one thing you read it or you hear somebody else talk about it, but it's not the same. You have to see them. And I think that's what, you know, really caught my eye and really got me to just stop making excuses and just go with it.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you. And Glenn, thank you for coming and being so supportive and actually grateful now you're where you are now with your thought process. It's just amazing coming back full circle. All right. So I'm going to actually hit on, I think Melanie's hand was up because I know this was her second summit. So Mel, I'm going to unmute you and we'll get last words from Melanie and then we'll continue on and a couple more things, guys. Go ahead, Mel.
I think for me, the biggest thing was, you know, listening to the top coaches and everyone has a story and everybody has obstacles. Like, you know, we heard about people who, you know, their child was diagnosed with autism, you know, family members died, friends died, loss of marriages. I mean, like big, heavy stuff that would make probably most people just like, you know, implode and step away. And I think so many people do, you know, and just to remember that the obstacle, you know, like the book, the obstacle is a way, like they're gonna come up and actually like we should expect them and understand if we can just push through that and grow from it and learn the lesson that we need to learn. Because I believe that the obstacles come out because there's a certain lesson we have to learn and there's no other way we can learn it except, you know, to go through that and just embrace it and understand that, you know, the people who are where they are there because of the obstacle. And then that makes my obstacles not seem any less because they're mine, but to understand that there is the other side of that. And as long as I just keep going and I just keep growing and I'm open-minded and I don't take my foot off the gas, which is what I want to do, you know, you want to like shrink back, then I too can have that level of success. So I think that was the biggest thing for me because I think we just get so afraid when we're going through those obstacles, but just to understand that it's part of our lives and it's never going to go away. And the more we can understand that and learn that this is the process and embrace it for what it is and share it, then the better off we're going to be, not just as coaches, but as people.
Love it. Thank you guys for sharing. Absolutely amazing. So I'm going to go into the next slide and talk about the summit next year. So guys, this is the thing I'm going to tell you guys. Let me just hit play here. Oops, now it's doing it again.
Is this in the way? Oh.
No, I have to move it over. This is what I'm going to say about Summit. Number one is you will never find a coach that makes a substantial income in this business that skips Summit. Never. So if you're sitting here right now and you're like, I need this in my life, I am in debt, or I need my life to change, then it's you have to go to, like, you have to go. Like, it's a non-negotiable. I'm telling you straightforward, and some of you guys may say, oh, I have this issue or that issue. Melanie just said it. We heard people who had death. We had people, autism, divorce. Divorce. It was like some of the things that people would crumble, they're there. And there's no coaches there that are making this a full-time income or want to make it a full-time income that are sitting back and watching the recording. It doesn't exist. So this is the deals with Summit. It's a Summit special from now to July 23rd. The ticket's $145. but you have nothing to lose. And this is why, because it's refundable until December 31st, the end of this year, and it's transferable, meaning you could transfer it to somebody else if for some reason you can't go up to the end of April. So right now you may say, I don't know, we may have a family vacation, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to get off from work. Don't worry about a year from now. You don't know where you're going to be. If you're like all in this business, you could be in a different place in 6 months, 8 months. Get your ticket at CoachSummit.com and get your ticket and worry about figuring it out later. But get there, guys. And you know what? Scotty Hobbs said to me, and I think I'm going to use this, he brings up Coach Summit. It's so important. He's like, Dave, I talk about Summit and the date every team call for the entire year. That's how important it is to him. And I think he had well over 1,000 coaches or close to 2,000 on his team there. So you know what? I think for me, it's going to be Coach Summit, Coach Summit, Coach Summit. There's a reason why there's people there and their businesses blow up, and there's a reason why my business changed after I went in Summit 2013. In terms of getting your hotel, the way it works with the hotels is there's early access. Kristen, myself, I know Sharice today for 2017 Elite, Premier, Superstar Diamonds, and Lifetime 5-Star Diamonds and above, we were able to get our hotels today. We got, for everybody to know on the team, write this down, because you guys will be able to get general access to get your hotel on Thursday, July 20th. We booked the JW Marriott because it is attached to the convention center where most of everything is, except when we go to the main field. I forget the name of the field. I'm sorry, probably where the big things are going to be. But we booked the JW Marriott if you guys want to shoot for that. But the hotel availability will start on the 20th. So, guys, get your ticket, CoachSummit.com. You see right there, you save $150 by doing this special.
And I posted a picture in the coaches page today of a bunch of the hotels that are all connected to the convention.
Guys, I don't know what happened, but let me, it says we're recording. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to go back and let me just share where we were. So, United Kingdom, guys, can everybody, I want to see who I see here. Oh, my God. I don't see anybody. I see. Can anybody unmute and just say that you see us or hear us again?